I want to talk about wrist pain, right? I want to first start by saying I am not a massage therapist by any means. I love massage and I'm a huge believer in massage therapy for pain management. But I'm just sharing what has worked for me in the past 20 plus years of being in the yoga industry and having a yoga practice. In a yoga practice, we are constantly shortening our forearms, right? We're planking, we're down dogging, we're side planking, we're crowing. Everything we're doing is we're holding ourselves up and we're shortening the forearm muscles, right? So a lot of times we don't think about the forearm muscles being tight, causing the wrist pain. And I will say, back in 2002, when I was waitressing and going through my teacher training, I was waitressing and teacher training. My wrists were shot. And the only thing that helped them was forearm massages. I would go to get a massage once a week for about 4 to 6 weeks in the beginning when the pain was really bad. Half hour upper body, get my forearms worked on. Lisa Verna Hibbert's amazing, by the way. And I've been on to her for years. But forearm massages were the only thing that helped my wrist pain. What happens is when it gets short, when it gets tight and tense, it restricts the blood flow through the carpal tunnel. And that would kind of adds to the pain. So if you know me from being in the studio, you know that it would be totally normal after class for me to be massaging people's forearms. I really strangely like it. And B, I know it works. So if you're having any wrist pain, and it's not even really, yoga obviously is part of it, but if you're using a mouse, if you're using your laptop, texting, like all this texting that we've been doing is kind of, we're kind of doing a lot. All of it can add up to wrist pain. So what you can do is you can grab your wrist and you can start to feel around. Usually in my experience with touching people and doing this, there's like a knot usually like right here. You can see my thumb like moving as I dig into that knot, right? You want to always push back towards the heart. Like we don't want to push towards the thumb or the hand. We want to push back towards the heart, right? So find that little knot, right? A lot of times people say, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's just a knot." I will say, as I've worked on people doing this, it's intense. They don't like it. It's a lot of pain. And then 2 days later, I'll get a text and say, "My wrist feels amazing. What was that?" So this is a good way to start, right? This is a good way to start. Pressing into that. Another option is like a scraping method, and you could use that with like a spoon. So this spoon is super thin and kind of rigid. A lot of spoons are round, so that's not really going to work. You want something that's kind of flat, right? You want something like a butter knife would even work, like the back side, not the side that has like the little thingies. But a good idea too, you could also buy I think they're called gua sha tools. You can also buy a tool that's made for this. But if you don't want to, you can use the back of a spoon as long as it's flat. Find that little knot and press into it. You're going to feel it feel really gritty, like it feels gritty. And then over time, it'll get better. I wouldn't do it back-to-back days, and I wouldn't spend a ton of time on it. The area will tend to get red, and it might even bruise the next day, but that's okay because bruising brings blood to the area, and that helps you heal. So that is kind of what I've done over the years. For some reason, my left wrist is always worse than my right, but that has been that technique, the massaging back, setting the blood back towards the heart, using a little scrape here when you need it. There's most likely knots all the way up your arm. That's why a half hour upper body would be amazing, but kind of like a spot treatment, this works perfectly. Let me know how you make out. Have a great rest of your day.